Hello everybody, it's Jen here from May Dynamics, coming to you today with a really quick and informal live video about another of the survival strategies that we've been thinking about recently, which is all about segregation of duties. Now you hear this all the time and it's a really important thing to think about. It's impossible for a sole trader who's genuinely going alone and doing everything him or herself, but it is possible for everybody else, from the smallest companies upwards. And Gary and I, May Dynamics and Dynamic Krav Maga, have had a really good example of how this can work in the last month or so. Gary's basically taking on full responsibility for May Dynamics and some client engagements up in the Pilbara. And what we've been working really hard on is transformational change on a short-term basis. But him doing that has meant that I've been more focused on everything else, which has included life looking after the family, getting one of our daughters through an operation at Perth Children's Hospital yesterday, and also homeschooling during lockdown. I think if we tried to handle things the normal way during this time, with both of us working part-time on home, family, and part-time on 3 businesses, we wouldn't actually have succeeded in doing the things that we have succeeded in. Because I've been able to focus on family, we've had happy children. Because he's been able to focus 100% on the business, we've had a successful upswing in business during this time. So I just really wanted to quickly touch a little bit on a couple of the ways that you could look at segregating your duties, basically splitting up the task load in order to strengthen your business. This might be long term, it might be short term. There are various things you can do. So first of all, one of the reasons you would do this is to have a bit of accountability. Quite often business owners will say to us, somebody's awful, they don't know what they're doing, they're not really very engaged. Really good way to test whether the problem is the training and the level of instructions, or whether it's actually the individual, is to ask somebody else to do that work for a while. Ideally not the business owner, because they have their own ideas on how things should be done. Ideally, it should be somebody at a peer level of the person who is originally responsible for that work, and they should be asked to come in and do those duties. If they're unable to, it's a really strong indication that it's not the individual who's at fault generally. It's the lack of training, the lack of information, the lack of guidance, the lack of resources available to that person. And then something can be done about it. Equally, if you have an end-to-end process, it's a very good idea, even if you have a 2-business owner company, to divide that up so that there are handovers, and actually deliberately build handovers into that process. And the reason that's a really good idea is because it forces each point and along the journey to have gates which are yes or no. Has it passed? Has it not passed? And if it hasn't, it doesn't successfully get through to the next stage. One really good example here is a small company, even a sole trader, who employs either a bookkeeper or an accountant, or potentially somebody like a virtual assistant or virtual receptionist to do part of their work for them. They're then perfectly able to focus on the things they do, hand things over to the outside help that they've asked for, and if that is a broken process, it will very quickly come to the fore. But it's a really good way of testing. Another way is just trying to work together. So we all tend to get stuck a little bit in a rut. When we set up in business, owners have an idea of what they would like to be doing with their time. And it's not actually always the thing they should be doing with their time. It might be based on old comfort zones. It might be based on previous experience. It might be based on that love. I've always wanted to be a blah blah. How would I go doing that? And sometimes it's not the right thing. So maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board, divide up all the activities that you do on a daily basis, and actually rechop them a little bit and see if you can't divide them up in a better way. Doing that can actually help you re-strategize your business as well, because you will probably find that you may be in a bit of a rut around the structure of your organization based on the activities that the individuals are doing. And sometimes it's a really good idea to take a step back, think about how you do that, whether it's a good idea or not. So, segregation of duties, 3 different strategies that you can try to see how mixing it up could really add some amazing efficiency to your business and start getting you the better results that you are looking for.